Good evening, everybody. Let me go ahead and call this meeting, the Bethany City Council meeting, to order for Tuesday, June 4th, 2019. It is 7:30 p.m. and I believe we have a special presentation to start out with from the chamber.
Good evening. I'm Priscilla Cute, and I'm the chairman of the Northwest Chamber, and I have some other chamber members with me. And we are here. This is our 80th anniversary of being the Northwest Chamber, and the city of Bethany has always been very supportive of our efforts. And so in light of that, in our appreciation for all that you all have done for our city and continue to do as we look for a brighter future, then I wanted to, the chamber wants to present to the city of Bethany, Mayor Westmoreland, this plaque as a legacy member of the chamber and how much we do appreciate all that you all have done for us. And so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you each.
Thank you. The story of Bethany is not complete without the story of the chamber, and I believe the story of the chamber is not complete without the involvement of the city of Bethany. So look forward to another 80 years of partnership. So thank you very much. Please rise for the invocation and the flag salute. SR, will you lead us in prayer tonight? And Mr. Knapp, will you lead the flag salute?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for allowing us to be here tonight. We ask that you guide and direct our decisions tonight. Be with us. We would ask that you be with those individuals across the world that won't be home with their families tonight, the military, the first responders in this country. Bless the people that have lost life, limb, and other factors. We ask this all in your blessed name. Amen.
Amen. If you please all face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 1 is the consent docket A through F. Do I have a motion?
Mayor?
Or any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve 1A through D.
A, what was it? A through?
And then
A through what?
pull F, E, and F.
A through
D.
D.
I'm getting an echo. And then pull E and F and vote on them separately.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Please cast your votes.
Here, this one here.
Consent docket, item E is approval of state contract purchase of a 2019 Dodge Durango pursuant all-wheel drive vehicle for warrant officer.
In reading through that, I'll make a motion to approve it, but I think we need to add that the transfer, the replacing, is it a Tahoe, to the police department. Because that within the paperwork that we had, that said there was an option, and I don't know what they'll do with it if we don't transfer it. I wondered if we needed to include that in a motion to approve it.
And that was, explain that again,
To transfer the old one the old Tahoe into the police department from the warrant officer.
Is that necessary, do you think, Ken?
I'm still not sure what, exactly what Ms. Larson's saying.
Can you expound on your feeling of the need for that?
Well, because it was not stipulated in this agenda item, I wondered if it should be, because it seemed to be an option of what they could do with it, rather than that being what was being recommended.
You mean as in the person driving that vehicle now
I'm sorry?
trying to keep that vehicle?
Well, that's what they were saying that they would do. I mean, I don't know, because I didn't have enough information in the packet. So I'm asking if we need to do that, or do we need to leave them the freedom to decide what to do with it?
Do you know legally what we need to do?
Mr. It says in the information that it would be transferred to the Bethany Police Department. Chevrolet Tahoe could then be transferred to the Bethany Police Department as part of the information.
I apologize. I was assisting Mr. Payton with the opening bids. So if you could give me a little bit of background, then I'll.
I had asked that that item E and F be pulled
Okay.
to vote on separately. And the reason I had asked on E was because in the packet information that we received, it said that there was an option. It appeared to me that it was an option what we were going to do with the old vehicle, which I believe is a Tahoe. So I was making the motion that we approve the state contract for the purchase of the 2019 Durango and transfer that Tahoe to the police department, because it wasn't clear in the paper to me. Now, that may not need to be done, or if the police department is wanting to sell it, then we don't want the motion to read that way.
Actually, because it's not, that is not specified, the transfer's not specified on the agenda, I would not recommend that you make any motion in that regard. And again, I'm kind of opining on the fly here, but I believe that this interim city manager has the authority to move equipment back and forth between different agencies. And if they elect to get rid of it, I mean, what they would have to do is come back to the council. It would have to be declared surplus and then sold at that point.
Okay,
So.
I just wanted an explanation. Thank you very much. I'll make the motion that we approve that state contract purchase for the 2019 Durango.
Do I have a second? Second. Please cast your vote. Item F is approval of ratification of waiver of conflict of interest with the law firm of Dorner, Saunders, Daniel, and Anderson LLP pertaining to the city's lawsuit against the opioid companies.
Did we not do that last meeting?
Yeah, that was a different law firm. And this was something that had been provided to the city clerk's office. I mean, Dorner, I think, do they do labor and employment? Oh, no, what was it? I can't remember, because I think, yeah, they perform some nominal service for the city. I mean, their bills aren't huge, but my understanding is that their lawyers, when they realized, because they were involved in the opioid litigation, that they would need the waiver. And so I recommended that it be placed on the agenda.
Turn your mic on, please.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they're also doing some current work, was my recollection, because I think that we saw a present bill. But in order to continue to do work for the city, then it would have to be approved. But I was the one that suggested to the clerk that they put this on for ratification. So, but yeah, this is a separate law firm from McAfee.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve that as well. Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 2 is consideration and discussion and possible action including award of bid for the CIP 15-01 sanitary sewer installation at Northwest 46th to Northwest 48th between College and Central. to Urban Contractors, Inc. in the amount of $178,936.95, and approval of an authorization to enter into a construction contract. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 3 is appointment of vice mayor for fiscal year 2020. I'd like to make a motion to nominate Paul Todd as the vice mayor.
I'll second that.
Please cast your votes. Item 4 is appointment of Kathleen Himmler to continue service as municipal judge. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 5 is citizens' opportunity to address the council on general topics related to city business or service. There's a 3-minute limit. No action may be taken on matters under this item. Is there anyone tonight that would wish to address the council? If so, please step to the microphone, state your name and address.
Hi, I'm Meg. I'm at 4803 North College, and I just wanted to say thank you for passing our SOAP project. So, it's been a long time in the making. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Item 6 is the city attorney's report.
I don't have anything.
7 is city manager's report.
Mayor, I would just like to
apologize to the public for the confusion surrounding the Y taking over the Ripper Park. There was some confusion about the pricing on the pool, but I think we've got all that straightened out, and we met with them today, and they're offering some very good discounted rates for kids and families during the summer. So anyway, we think everything is going well out there, and the Y is doing a great job.
Thank you. Item 8, the mayor and council members' announcements, comments, and proposals. This evening, let's start down with Mrs. Larson.
I'd like to give an update on the search committee that is looking for a new city manager and attorney. We have almost 30 applications for the city manager. The committee is should be looking at those, and hopefully, if not by the next council meeting, the following council meeting, we'll have something for the council members to begin to see, and hopefully the attorney as well. So I just wanted to give the council an update on that.
Thank you. SR?
I have nothing this evening.
Mr. Knapp?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to congratulate Mr. Todd, our new vice mayor, on his appointment. I have full confidence you'll do that adequately. Also, just invite the public to IBC Bank on 23rd Street Thursday morning for the Bethany breakfast, the monthly Bethany breakfast, to learn things that are going on. And this will be jumping ahead past the next meeting, but June 22nd, we'll have the movie on the lawn, summer cinema, and that's June 22nd, Saturday night, starting at 7. There'll be all kinds of activities, food trucks, and then the film Princess Bride. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Palmer?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I've got several, but I'll go through quickly as we can. I didn't get an opportunity to congratulate Danielle Barker and thank her for her work that she provided for the city of Bethany. She did a lot, and I think a lot of people should appreciate that. And I know she's moved on to bigger and better things, but thank you for your service, Danielle, and if you need a recommendation, I'm available. I'd also like to bring up a couple things. I've gotten several phone calls with the rain that we've had in Ward 2, and I would like to ask the city manager and staff if we can get some kind of a timeline or summary of previous repairs or maintenance in Ward 2 related to drainage and stormwater drainage. I know that there may have been some previous activity or construction projects that may have been completed in the past, but I'd like to see what we've done in the past and then hopefully get staff to address some kind of a plan to come up with some way to remediate or improve the drainage in Ward 2. I'd also like to ask council if she could look into, or if we could have the mayor or the manager look into adopting some type of an ordinance that would require all the department heads that work for the city of Bethany, that they live in Bethany. I don't know if that's feasible or not, but if that's something that could be looked into, I would appreciate it. I'd also like to point out the traffic committee met a couple weeks ago, and we addressed the issue related to parking on 45th and 46th Street, I think, by the school. And there was a survey that was provided by the residents in the area, and staff is working, and the city manager is working on contact with the school during the summer months so that we can come up with some kind of resolution related to that before the fall start for school. And then I'd also like to ask the city manager and staff to give an update related to the improvement district that was previously discussed in Ward 2 regarding, some people call it an overlay or an improvement district. I haven't heard anything on that. If I could get some kind of report. And then finally, we also had a presentation several months back about a rental property ordinance, and I think there was some discussion about meeting with the city of Del City in some kind of workshop, and I haven't heard anything new related to that. If that could be put in the works, I would appreciate it. And also, finally, I'd like to congratulate the Bethany Improvement Foundation for a great Route 66 festival. I participated in the cornhole tournament, and believe me, I didn't make a dime, but I contributed, and I was happy to be there. And I hope that if you have any interest in playing cornhole next year, I'm always looking for a partner. And by the way, Mark Long was my partner, and I'd like to thank him for doing that on a Saturday afternoon. But with that, believe it or not, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Todd?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first item I have on my list is that we awarded that contract tonight to SRB for the sewer repair. My real question is, when can they get started? I know the residents in that area have been in a very, very precarious situation, to say the very least. An unhealthy would probably be more appropriate. So we'd like for them to put that on the front burner, is what I'm suggesting. And I thank you folks for the confidence tonight, and I will tell you, it's a one-term thing. So we're done after that 1 year. But thank you very much.
Mr. Goodwin?
Yes, I just second that. On the Route 66 festival, it was awesome to come down to Bethany and see the streets packed and see people from all over. Met people from various parts of the metro, from various cities that had come for that day. It was a great sight, so just thanks to everyone who worked so hard to put that on. And also to the Parks Committee, the park that just came in. I wasn't fortunate to be a part of those discussions or decisions, but such a beautiful job. I have 2 young girls that are enjoying that. I think part of our goal, leadership for the city, is to make a city that is more equitable for all of its residents and safe and enjoyable, and that's truly become a gathering place. And so just commend everyone who worked on that and look forward to seeing that for years to come.
Thank you. Amanda?
I have nothing for tonight. Thank you.
I would also like to thank Danielle Barker for her years of service with the city of Bethany. She has been very instrumental and a huge help to me personally in regards to helping the city of Bethany lead the charge in the revitalization of Route 66 and helping get 3 other cities to the table and having a great discussion on moving forward. So without her, I do not believe that we would have been doing this at this point. So I'm very appreciative and wish her the best in her future endeavors. Also, I'm excited about the soccer wall. The ribbon cutting is June 14th from 6 to 8. And I will just tell you that it is going to be one cool deal. they plugged it in with an extension cord after they put it in there and mounted it and made sure it was working. So I did hold the high score for a brief moment until the general manager of the Oklahoma City Energy soccer team kicked a soccer ball and he just beat me like, no, I'll never hold the high score again ever. So after that, but I'm excited about that, and I invite everybody to come out. The Oklahoma City Energy Foundation has contributed a significant amount of money to help us, which is covering the cost to redo the court for the soccer wall. So it is going to be top notch, and so I'm excited to see that unfold and all the activity that will be going on in Garrison Park after this thing is put in place and all the kids are playing on it. Also, the last thing I'd like to say is Susan and I and our family returned from San Antonio Monday about 1:30 in the morning after a very long drive because she refused to give up one split second with our son, who had just, the reason we were there is because he had graduated from basics for the Air Force, and so he walked back into the dorms at 6 o'clock, and we did not leave the base until about 6:05 because we weren't going to give up any time. And I drove straight through to get home because we had other children with other responsibilities. And I'm excited to announce it was a very emotional few days, obviously, but very cool to witness. And Mr. Todd is fully aware of that because he went through at Lackland, the very same base, as did his grandson. And so he knows what it's all about. Gavin Stewart, Airman Gavin Stewart, graduated Airman First Class, which I didn't know that didn't always happen. So very proud of him. So very excited about that. And appreciate your continued prayers for all of our people in military and first responders. Item 9 is new business. Do we have any new business? With no new business, I declare us adjourned until June 18th, 2019. I call to order the Bethany Public Works Authority. Item 1 is consent docket A through C. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 2 is new business. Do we have any new business? With no new business, I declare us adjourned until June 18th, 2019. I call to order the Bethany Hospital Trust. Item 1 is the consent docket A through C. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 2 is new business. Do we have any new business? With no new business, I declare us adjourned until June 18th, 2019. I call to order the Bethany Development Authority. Item 1 is consent docket A through C. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please cast your votes. Item 2 is new business. Do we have any new business? With no new business, I declare us adjourned until June 18th, 2019. And with that, we are adjourned. Good night.